Equities are rallying on Monday on news that a potential vaccine could be in the works of being developed. Joining me to talk about the market and the latest news is Peter Schiff, CEO of Euro Pacific Capital. Peter, welcome back to the show. It's a pleasure.
Oh, thanks for having me on again.
The S&P 500 is up almost 3.5% on Monday's session following news that Moderna has reported good results of their phase 1 clinical vaccine trial. Peter, this is the most we've seen the S&P rise in almost 6 weeks. So what exactly are investors pricing in right now?
Well, I think that people are looking for a reason to buy. I mean, it's very, unlikely that this particular vaccine is going to work. I mean, who knows? Maybe it will. But there's a lot of success in early trials, and then these things don't pan out. But I think what's really driving the market is the Fed. You had Powell on 60 Minutes last night, basically committing to print an unlimited quantity of money and urging Congress to borrow and spend as much money as they want, and that the Fed is standing ready to monetize an infinite amount of government spending. So I think people think that that's good for the market, but it's not. It's a disaster for the economy. It will destroy the value of the dollar. And sure, that means that stocks will go up, but so what? If you're pricing them in worthless currency, in fact, there is a limit to how much money the Fed can print, and that is when it collapses in value. What's the point of printing money that doesn't buy anything? I think we're going to find out pretty soon.
Now, I know you've said before that the Fed really has started making mistakes before the crisis began with lowering rates when they shouldn't have. Now, what really, in your mind, should have been the correct response during this pandemic that Powell should have taken?
Well, had the Fed been doing the right thing all along, the economy would have been able to withstand the pandemic and would have been in a position to allow the government to do the right thing, which is to dramatically reduce government spending. That's what's needed. And to the extent that we need the government, if you believe that we need more government, it needs to be paid for by taxation, not by inflation. But the problem is nobody has any money. Everybody is broke. Everybody is leveraged to the hilt because the Federal Reserve has made one mistake after another to inflate one bubble after another. And this particular bubble was already deflating before the coronavirus pin put a gaping hole in it. And now the air is coming out much faster, and all they can think of is how can we fill it back up again? How can we reflate a bubble? And it's going to be impossible. I mean, they shouldn't even be attempting to do this, but they are doing it, and I think they're going to destroy the dollar in the process. What people really need to be vaccinated from is the massive inflation that the Fed is going to unleash.